Osiris League Season 4 is about to start, and according to the Facebook post, we're going to have 4 realms of Osiris League. Now I'm going to predict in this video how the kingdoms will be split for those 4 realms that are going to be introduced in the next Osiris League. I'm also going to give you some tips and advices if it's worth it to migrate to one of these realms that I'm going to predict to have a easier Osiris League, maybe get into the top 32 so you can get some more rewards, or maybe you just want to be the next champion of Osiris League in that realm. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today I'm going to talk about Osiris League Season 4 and the 4 realms that are going to be introduced. We have a lot of kingdoms in Rise of Kingdoms, and it kind of makes sense that if they're going to introduce 4 realms, they're just going to split the kingdoms in 4. But how exactly will they split? Like 1 to what number? That number to another number. So I'm gonna go ahead and detail in this video what is my prediction, how they're gonna split the kingdoms for the next Osiris League based on the 4 realms that they are mentioning on this Facebook post over here, which says Season 4 of the prestigious Osiris League is on the way with the 2 new realms added, Realm of Bastet and Realm of Sobek. Well, we already had Horus and we already had Anubis, so now we're going to have 2 more, and that's really great because that's going to be more champions. It means that it's going to be a more interesting either Osiris Invitational or Grand Finals, or whichever of those events is going to be, which means that more players will be able to acquire skins and rewards from either the top 32 ranks of the Osiris League or being a champion in the Osiris League, which I suppose that a lot of players are looking forward, as I know that there is a lot of players working very hard to try to achieve that in Osiris League, or at least working to improve themselves and be as better as possible in Osiris League. First thing that we need to know is that kingdoms start from 1001. Now, how far the kingdoms usually go, you can see that it goes 1300, 1400, and it keeps going, and we are at like 2239, which being the newest kingdom. Now it makes a lot of sense that having over 1200 kingdoms, if you split that by 4, the result is about 300 and something kingdoms. So it would make a lot of sense how they will split the kingdoms based on the 4 realms that they are wanting to introduce. So I would expect that 100 to 300 it will be the first, or to be more precisely 1001 to 1304, because it might be easier for them to go by continents, so that way is 304 kingdoms on the first bracket or the first realm of Osiris League. I'm also going to detail a couple of things about the teams, so give you some tips and advices if you plan to migrate to one of these realms that I'm predicting and maybe have an easier Osiris League. So that's going to be the second part, but first I need to mention which are the brackets or which are the realms as I am predicting in this video. So either the first 300 or the first 304 is going to be the first realm, and after that going from either 300 or 304 to most likely either 600, which you have it over here, or most likely 608. So one of the two. This is going to be approximately how they will plan to split them. So this is going to be the second realm from either 301 or 300 or 304 up to 1600 or 1608 approximately. And after that, the next bracket or the next realm is going to be going from either 600 or 608 up to 1904, and this is a pleasant surprise. 1903 is an Imperial Kingdom, either to 1904 or maybe 1912, something like that. It depends if they go by continent or if they just go by kingdom number. So this is going to be the third realm. I'm gonna make sure to post it on the screen as well, approximately, so you have an idea where exactly you would like to migrate if you plan to migrate. And then the next bracket, or the next one, is gonna be until the end of the kingdom, whichever kingdom is gonna be the kingdom that is released at that point. And that's gonna be the 4th realm. Now, a couple of things that I have to say on this bracket of this range of kingdoms. The most hardcore kingdoms and the most crazy Osiris League kingdoms are in the first 300. So obviously, if you're in the first 300 kingdoms, 1001 to 1300, you're definitely not gonna have a very high chance to get into the top 32. You might have some chances, but I know from the last Osiris League that the crazy kingdoms regarding Osiris League and the most powerful teams regarding Osiris League are in the first 300. You have Overlords, which are the double time champions, right? So they're always very prepared for Osiris League. Then you have JWM, which has always got to rank 2, am I right? And probably one time rank 3, or they are 3 times rank 2. I don't know, but anyway, they're also a very powerful team. Then you have Hong Kong Legends, which were also champions. 1030 Kingdom, if I'm correct. Then you have Chisgul Kingdom, which is 75. Then you have 1008. Then you have 12 Kings. Then you have Bunny Kingdom, if I'm correct, 1254. I don't want to mess things up. Maybe I can even check. Let's see. Yep, there you go. They are even Imperium. There you have it. He's the king. So a lot of very powerful kingdoms in the 300 range. And this is also some of the older kingdoms, which means that even free to play at this point, they have a lot of good commanders and a lot of power. So even power teams, there's going to be plenty of them in the first 300 kingdoms. So I would say that this is going to be the hardest bracket, or the hardest range of kingdoms where you can acquire a rank into the top 32, or even acquiring championship. There's probably some kingdoms that I missed. My apologies. I mean, it's not coming into my mind all the kingdoms or all the strong kingdoms. It's probably 1228 as well, 1177 exactly, which I forgot to mention, or I believe this is 1008. No, this is Snow, obviously. So quite a lot of teams and kingdoms in this range of kingdoms, and it's gonna be pretty hard. I also forgot to mention 1122. It's Imperium. That's something I did not know. So again, obviously a lot of power in this kingdom as well, and is 1114, yes, which is the kingdom 1411 that migrated to 1114. Again, they are Imperium, so there you have it. Quite a lot of powerful teams, or a very small chance, to be honest, to become a champion or in the top 32. Now it comes the second realm, which again I said is going to be either from 300 to 600, or 304 to 600, or 608, or something like that. Now my recommendation would be that this is going to be, I wouldn't say easier, to tell you the truth, because it's my team we are preparing, and we have a very solid team, is 1307, which probably have like 4 teams or more, who knows how many. Then you have 1331, which also a very powerful kingdom. Right there you have it, 1307, and 1331. There you go, is Imperium. I'm not sure about 1341. No, they're no longer Imperium. It's 1401 as well, which probably have a couple of teams. Then it's our team, 1415. It's 1375, if I'm correct. There you have it. They are Imperium as well. So a lot of powerful kingdoms in this range of kingdoms. If I believe is 1556 as well, which is also quite high powerful. And there is plenty of other teams. My apologies if it's not coming all of them into my mind, but it's 1200 kingdoms. It's hard to remember all of them. Quite a lot of powerful kingdoms and a lot of powerful teams in this bracket as well. I would say that if you're maybe looking for a top 32, then you might have a chance, but I would say that it's a little bit lightly, because a lot of people from the older kingdoms migrated to this kingdom when the migration was open. So these kingdoms are also full a little bit, I would say. So little less chances as well on this range of kingdoms to try to get championship or top 32. But definitely higher chances than the first 300, to put it right that. And why is that? Because this range of kingdoms from 300 to 600, they have no championship. And if I'm also correct, I think the highest rank that some of these teams achieved was probably rank 8. Like the strongest team that in this range of kingdoms from 300 to 600 is just rank 8 in the Osiris League. So again, quite a lot of chances to get into the top 32, but not so many. More than the first 300, but again, not that many. Anyway, this is what I believe, this is what I have to say, because a lot of people, like I was mentioning, keep migrating and keep powering up. So these kingdoms are also getting stocked up with a lot of power players. Going forward is the range 1600, which I'm predicting is either 1600 to 1900 or 1608 to 1900 and something. Now in this range, there's also a lot of powerful team, and there's also champions. 1636, there were champions in the previous Osiris League in the season 3, because it was 2 realms. It was Anubis and Horus, and I hope I'm not mistaken, but I believe they were the champions in realm of Horus. Pretty powerful team. To try to become champions in this realm, I don't think so, but to try to get top 32, I think it will be a little bit easier, because judging by the previous Osiris League, the teams were not so crazy focused and not so high powered about Osiris League, but there were definitely some very strong teams, like low power teams, that proved themselves to be very worth it. My prediction would be that if you just want to get into the top 32 and you have a powerful team, I think this might just be a range of realms where you can get to, but to get championship, I don't think so, because again, 1636 is very powerful. They have a very solid team, and I can guarantee you that most likely they will get the next championship as well. So if you want to bet on them, or if you want to put your coins on them, then 100%, I would say almost 100%, they might become champions. Obviously, there's various other powerful kingdoms over here. 1612, which is obviously Imperium as well. And there's a couple more Imperium in the range of 17 and something. Like I was mentioning, it's hard to keep in mind all the kingdoms, so my apologies. I believe is 1780 something. There you have it. 1786 is also Imperium. So I'm pretty sure that all these Imperium kingdoms, they most likely have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, who knows how many, and they are definitely ready for Osiris League. Then I believe is the range of 1800 and something. There is also some Imperium kingdoms or close to Imperium, very powerful kingdoms, plenty of teams and plenty of powerful teams to compete in this bracket, as I'm predicting, or this range of kingdoms. But to get top 32, I would say that this would be a start. This would be a very good opportunity if you plan to migrate for Osiris League. Now the next range of kingdoms is going to be obviously the weakest one, and this is how I predict it. And it's either going to be 1905 and whatever is going to be the rest, or oh, there you have it, I forgot to mention on the previous one. So I'm not sure if 1903 is going to be introduced in the bracket or in the realm with 1636, or they're going to be introduced in the last one. But it would make sense if they put them in the previous one, since they are also Imperium. So it all depends how they're going to split the kingdom. So the last realm, how I'm predicting it, is going to be either from 1905 or maybe 1930, and the rest of the kingdoms. Now, a very powerful kingdom that you might want to consider, and very high chance and probability that they will become champions, is 1916, where is Dragotian. You have him over here. He is the king, and obviously he knows a lot about Osiris League. I'm pretty sure he's setting up a team for Osiris League, and with the amount of alliances they have, I'm pretty sure they will have maybe 5, 6, 10, 15 teams. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of teams, you get the point, for Osiris League. So it's definitely going to be a challenge to get some of the ranks in Osiris League, the top 32. But I would say that this is going to be the easiest range of kingdoms where you can get into the top 32 and have an easier Osiris League. The second thing that I have to mention about this is that you can migrate to a kingdom where you can do KVK2 again. This is Rising Star or Rising Kingdoms, how they call them. But you can get into kingdoms, like my kingdom, for example. Yep, 2064, where is my alt. Right now we are in KVK, but you can migrate to some of the kingdoms that are finishing KVK1, and you can do KVK2 entry again in the same time. So that's some extra opportunities for this range of kingdoms, 900 to 2000 and whatever number, because you will be able to do KVK2, KVK3 again. I'm gonna make sure to post card on the top so you can see what rewards I've done a live stream you can get in KVK2. So there's very good rewards as well, which can help you improve your commanders and so on by migrating to some of the very new kingdoms and doing KVK2 and KVK3 again, plus Osiris League. Now it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. This is just my prediction. I also have a second prediction, which is less likely, because for them it's very easy to just select a number of kingdoms. Okay, that's Rome, Anubis. Select a number of kingdoms. All right, that's Horus, then there's Bastet, and whatever was the fourth name they chose is much easier. But I do have a second prediction, which I give you like 5%, is by the teams that are joining the Osiris League. So they can select the first 512 teams, right, and just put them in groups and so on, and just let the strongest teams battle each other, and then the next 512 teams, and then the next 512, and the last 512, which most likely is going to be farm alliances with 2-3 people. So it's less likely that they will do it like that and just select the first strongest 512 to just battle each other with each other, and then the next 512 again to battle with each other in another round. That can be a very viable prediction as well. But like I said, it's very easy for them to go by kingdoms. Just to give another quick look, because I didn't know the fourth name. So it's Bastet and Sobek. Most likely I'm going to stream a lot, and obviously gonna record my arc fights as well. If there's anything interesting, I'm gonna post them so I can show you what our team can do. But this is a very good chance, on a very good opportunity right now that people have if they want to get in the top 32 or even become champions in Osiris League, or at least have a chance to become champions, because like I was mentioning, the most crazy and hardcore Osiris League team are on the first 300 kingdoms. And if I did miss some of the kingdoms, because obviously it's 32 Imperiums, and I don't think I even mentioned maybe half of them, my apologies. But again, it's a lot of kingdoms and a lot of teams and people migrating everywhere. Nobody can really keep track of all that. Alright my friends, that's pretty much about this video. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below about my prediction. How accurate can it be? Or if you're interested in becoming the next champions in one of this realm, will you migrate to try to challenge and test your skills on Osiris League? I want to hear it all in the comment section below. Let me know. Let's have an open discussion about this, because for me this is very interesting. I was saying this in the previous or the one before, when they started introducing the realms, that they should add more realms, because it's also the commander difference, right? So at least give people a chance by their realms to try to have, you know, better competition in Osiris League. Until next time, this is your boy Jeroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.